So our first slide really shows that the way we work today is very different than how things were yesterday. Just even compared to a year ago, the way people work is very different. So in the past, there was a primary place where all your files lived. Because there was probably a primary place where you actually worked. But now work is spread out over multiple devices, and the need to work outside the office is huge. In today's work environment, employees have different needs. You need to access your data from anywhere. This means that you need to go mobile with your files, and currently bringing the right files with you when you're out of the office, maybe emailing yourself attachments or carrying around a thumb drive, and that's just a hassle. And also, you need a way to ensure that your files are secure and also backed up. Since most of our work lives electronically, that data must be secure and backed up. And many of us have suffered from servers crashing or forgetting to back up files, or maybe a laptop that's been lost or ruined. We need a foolproof way to store your work. You also need a way to share documents easily. Documents must be easy to share with others. So when you're done with your work, you need an easy way to get that file to other people. Now people want quick, easy, and reliable methods that are better than FTP or an email attachment, or maybe even just mailing thumb drives. We also collaborate on files, and there's many people involved in your work. So it could be your internal colleagues, clients, outside vendors, and all of these people need an easy way to work together on the same files. The old solution was emailing each other different versions with edits, but that means that there's a lot of time spent there trying to track down all the different versions and reconciling those. That's just not optimal. Dropbox for Business can help solve all of those things. Our data syncing technology lets you bring your work with you on all of your devices. We support Windows, Mac, and Linux, and work with many tablets and smartphones. The traditional solution may be about using USB keys or emailing yourself the right files. But with Dropbox for Business, you don't ever have to worry about even transferring those files, because they'll always be with you wherever you are. Dropbox for Business automatically backs up all of your files online. So even previous versions and deleted files are saved. And we're going to get to that feature later. It's called PackRat. And data is encrypted online and in transit using the same method and technology as online banking. So the pains of losing a device or forgetting to back up your data can be something of the past. Shared folders allow you to create a shared space with other Dropbox users and work directly on the same files together. So this is a really simple way to collaborate together and avoid those long email chains. And finally, the other method of sharing is through shared links. And this feature lets you share any file or even an entire folder with someone, anyone. They don't even have to be a Dropbox user. And there's no limitation on the file size. So it's better than emailing yourself or mailing a thumb drive or FTP. So Dropbox for Business has all of the same end user experience as our regular Dropbox product. However, it's an enhanced product and has a few key features that we're going to cover today. First, we give you as much space as you need. This means that you could really use Dropbox for Business as an entire replacement for a server. We also have unlimited deletion recovery. That's the PackRat feature that we'll talk about later. There's advanced administrative and security settings. There's centralized billing and user management, simple deployment and onboarding, as well as priority technical support. And we'll get to all of those in the demonstration. Great. So now moving on to the live demo. When you download Dropbox, you'll get the desktop client. And what that is a little folder here that you can see on the screen. And when you open that, you'll see that it looks just like any other folder that might be on your computer, but it's special. It's special because anything you put in this Dropbox folder is going to be synced to our servers in real time and available to you wherever you are through our website. So you'll see that the folder here, the Dropbox folder, and then I can also open the website. And you can see that all of the folders that are in my Dropbox on my desktop are reflected here on the website. And to demonstrate that, I can take a document on my desktop, drag it into the Dropbox folder, and now it's added here, Loch Ness Tour Schedule. So you can see that when I click on Loch Ness Tour Schedule, it's that same document that was on my desktop.
Great. We actually have a question here that is coming up quite frequently, and that's wondering whether or not you have to store all of your data on your computer as well as online. And we know that a lot of businesses have a lot of terabytes of data that they're looking to store on Dropbox. The answer is you can selectively sync which files you want to store a local copy on your computer, which files you just want to access online. So maybe the projects that you're working on frequently, you can have access to an offline copy through the desktop, and then those that you would just like to have backup online, maybe only remotely use them a few times, you can selectively sync those and store them only online. So that's a great way to make sure that you're conserving your hard drive space.
Fantastic. Yeah, thanks for including that, Audrey. And then the next feature, so we've covered, how you download Dropbox, and there's the desktop client, and then the web version to get to. The next feature I want to talk about is shared folders, and I mentioned that briefly in the introduction. But shared folders allows you to create a shared space amongst Dropbox users. So you can use it so those coworkers or clients can edit the same files that you're working on. And any edits you make will be automatically synced for others to see in that shared folder. So this is obviously a great alternative to sending files in different versions back and forth. And I can demonstrate that here. I can see that shared folders are marked by the emblem. There's two people. There's a symbol here in the folder as opposed to just the blank folder. So when I go into this folder, this shared folder, I'll see the documents that are in it, as well as I can go to shared folder options and see who is in the folder with me. So my colleague Georgia is in the folder, and also who I've invited, but I'm still waiting on them to join. I can also control the settings of the folder on a folder-by-folder basis. So I could kick this person out of the folder. I could make them an owner. I could communicate with them directly. I can also invite more people to be part of the folder. Additionally, on a folder-by-folder basis, I can control who can be invited to the folder. Maybe I want to make it so only team members are allowed to be in this folder. Or I can change who can invite more people. So I can make it so that I'm the only person, as the owner of the folder, that can actually invite more people. Another way to share is through shared links. So we've covered sharing through folders, which is collaborative in nature, and now we're moving on to shared links. And this is a way of sharing that pushes out information in a read-only format. And you can share with anyone. You can share a link to someone who's not even a Dropbox user. So I can see that I can make any entire folder even a link. So when I click on, let's say, this folder, if I wanted to make it a link, right-click, click Shared Link. I can now directly add in the names of who I want to be sent this link. Or alternatively, I can click Get Link. And now the link has been copied to my clipboard. So I can just paste that into an email or put that into a chat. And what that person will see on their end when they click on the link is the entire folder. So this is really a great way to send out information, and you never really have to worry about file size at all. You can send an entire folder with a bunch of different documents inside. Also worth mentioning is that with links, I've definitely experienced this, and I'm sure a lot of people have as well. When you send an email attachment, it may have been the wrong email attachment, but it's too late to go back because you've already sent out the email. And so if it was the wrong email attachment, you're just out of luck. But with shared links, you can still manage it. So if I go into my Links tab, I can see all of the links I've created. And with this link I just created about a minute ago, I can actually click X here, remove the link. So if that same person tried to use that link again, they'd get an error page. So it's really a great way to manage how you're sending out information, even though you're able to send out information to people who are not even on your team and not even Dropbox users.
A lot of people on that point have a lot of questions about whether or not you need an account to share with other people. With the business account, you're welcome to share with whoever you want. So they could have a free account, they could have a pro account, or be on another business account. And you're welcome to share shared folders with them. The only limitation there is that they would need enough space in their folder, or sorry, not in their folder, but in their account to accept that shared folder. So if they're limited on their 2 GB free account, then they would be limited in terms of what they can accept, and that might be a reason why they would not be able to see any information. With the shared links, you don't actually need to have an account. So you're able to send out that information, as Annie is saying, in a read-only manner, and you're able to sort of control who has access to that, but they don't need an account to access and download the information.
Great, thanks, Audrey. And so now we've covered, how you share, so it's with shared folders and shared links. And then the next feature I want to talk about is deletion recovery. And I mentioned that very briefly. We call that PACRAT, and that is deletion recovery and previous version recovery. When people work collaboratively, you're making changes to documents, maybe you're even deleting documents, and it can be hard to keep track of all that stuff. But with PACRAT, you never have to worry about losing previous versions or deleted files that maybe down the line you might want to recover. Our PACRAT feature is standard with Dropbox for Business, so you can recover any document or folder for the lifetime of your Dropbox for Business account. And it's very easy to do just on your own. You can find the trash can icon here, click Show Deleted Files. All of the deleted files appear in gray. So I can just click on any one of them, and I'll see all of the previous versions, and I'll very easily be able to restore it just with this click of the button. So it's a great way to manage all of your documents, and you'd be able to recover any previous version or past versions of documents that you wanted to go back to. When you download Dropbox for Business, you will have the admin console by default if you signed up for the account. And you can make as many admins as you want, but all admins will have access to the admin console, which is right here. When you click on the admin console, you'll be brought to a new page, and here you'll have the access to an entirely new set of tools to help you manage the account. The first tab here is Members, and through the Members tab you can manage who is a part of your account. And I can see here all of the members, including myself, that are part of the account, and also who else is an admin with me. From here I can manage the account. I can remove them from being a user or make them an admin, or for someone who is already an admin, I can actually remove them from being an admin. So it provides a way for you to manage your account very easily with just a few clicks of a button. You'd also be able to invite more members just by clicking here. I can see how many user licenses I have remaining. I can also very easily add more licenses here, should I be needing to expand the team. The next tab is Activity. And here this is just a great way to measure user engagement. From the Activity tab, I can view the actions of other people in my account. So, and I can toggle between criteria here. So maybe I want to view logins or administrative actions, what apps are a link to the Dropbox, or maybe just check out passwords. So here, just by clicking Passwords, I can actually see everybody's activity in regard to passwords, and I can actually even create a report. And with this report, I could change the dates, and in that way I can really have a better sense of how people are using Dropbox and how to better measure user engagement. Great. So we've gone through Activity, and the next tab is Authentication, and this is also in the admin console. With Authentication, can really find more ways to help make your Dropbox more secure and fit your needs. So Dropbox for Business offers single sign-on integration, and our partners are Ping Identity, Okta, OneLogin, Centrify, simplified, and auth 0. So for those of you that don't know or aren't familiar with single sign-on, it's a way to improve usability for your users by limiting the number of usernames and passwords they need to remember. So it allows IT admins to securely and effectively manage password policies of the company applications in one centralized place. And so basically from here, you'd very easily be able to just turn on single sign-on with just a click of the button. You'd also be able to learn more about it here. Next, you can see two-step verification. From here, you could actually require two-step verification to stay on, and you'd also be able to view those members of your team who have yet to turn on two-step verification, and you'd even be able to send them a quick reminder to do so. Also, you can reset everybody's passwords here should you feel that the passwords might be not strong enough, or maybe that someone's account has been compromised. It'd be very easy to reset everybody's passwords here. The next tab is sharing, and I've gone over sharing generally with links and folders, but here and through the admin console, it just provides another layer of control, because on the admin console, you can actually make a global setting for shared folders and links. So here, I could very easily make it so no one on my team could share outside of my team. Just so you know here. I could also make it so that no one on my team could join a shared folder of someone outside of my team. And I could do the same for links. By default, we keep that open just so that you have the ability to share with whoever you want and other Dropbox users who are part of different accounts, but you could very easily change that to a no setting. Also, there's the team folder. This is a feature that's also unique to Dropbox for Business. It's part of sharing, but it is a shared folder where it is automatically sent to all people that are part of your team. So this is really a great way to create a place for everybody in your team to have access to the same documents. And all you do is click New Team Folder, and you'll see that all I have to do is just enter in the name of the folder, and I don't even have to invite any members, because by clicking Create, it will automatically be populated with all members of the account. So it just streamlines sharing for company-wide documents. And finally, there's the Account tab. From the Account tab, you can view the details of your account. So I could see here, how many licenses I've used, how many I have left, who are active users, the space. Also, billing information is here should I need to create some kind of invoice, and also my renewal date. Something worth noting is that here you can see your contact information for the account team. This is something I mentioned earlier. It's a feature of Dropbox for Business. We have priority support. So you'll actually have your own account management team. And the number that you can reach is right here. You can also email and schedule a call at your convenience. So it's just another great way to manage your account and get priority support with our Dropbox for Business team.
We actually had a question about the licenses as well. Sandy was mentioning you can purchase more licenses at any time, and you can definitely transfer licenses within your organization. So you'll be able to add and remove users. You are paying for the license, not for the specific user. So if you're working on a temporary basis with a client, maybe you have an intern or an employee who leaves, it's very easy to re-provision that license to someone else.
Great. And so that wraps up our live demo. In closing, I just kind of want to go over some very general, information about Dropbox. We have over 200 million users, and 97% of Fortune 500 companies are using Dropbox. Dropbox is clearly the industry leader, and Dropbox for Business is just really a great way to help your company be more efficient. We view ourselves as a productivity tool. So you're going to be able to get your documents faster, have all of your most important information be secure, and also be able to do work from anywhere. Thank you so much for joining us today. In closing, we have one last poll that we're going to put up as you're all leaving. Hopefully you found this session to be useful, and if you would like to learn more about Dropbox for Business, you can very easily just get in touch with our sales team or go to dropbox.com/business. There you will also find information about our pricing. It's $795 for the year, and that gives you 5 user licenses. and for each additional user, it's $125 per year. Thanks again. Again, here's our poll, our last poll question.
Yeah, and I also wanted to run through a few more answers to some questions that we had. A lot of people have been asking about pairing their personal and business accounts. If you do have a personal Dropbox that you'd like to keep separate from your business account, we are going to offer pairing very soon. We recently actually announced that feature. And we're going to have more information available on that, but it will be available early in the new year. And please check out our website to sign up for any updates on that. We also had a few questions about app integration. We do integrate with a lot of third-party applications that would enable you to use your files and edit documents through those different ways and different third-party apps. And again, you can check out our website. I believe it's www.dropbox.com/business/apps to learn more about our different integration. We also had a question about discounts. We do offer nonprofit and educational discounts. So if you're an academic institution or a nonprofit, please email us. We do offer a 30% discount, and that would provide a great value for these organizations. So please reach out to our sales team if that is something that you're interested in. And then finally, we had a question about uploading to Dropbox. So if you decide that you do want to merge your personal and business accounts and not keep them separate through pairing, you would not have to re-upload all your data. A lot of people have asked, what if I have a Dropbox account already? And migration is super simple. So you can just upgrade your account directly, and your current account information will be transferred